Okay, what's poppin', people?
How we feeling?
How you doing, people? How you doing? How you doing? It feels weird for us to be live right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's 11 p.m. where we currently live, but it's morning for you guys. And if you're up early, maybe you're gonna watch some college football in a couple hours. Maybe you're ready to talk fantasy football. You want to hear the
hmm
latest news. You want to ask some questions. So that's what we're here to do. We will be live again tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But
That's
for
right.
week one, we wanted to, do something a little special and make sure we were live as much as we possibly could be. So that's what we're doing. We're here. We have never, I would say we've never been live this early and,
Yeah,
and, and late for us.
it's been a minute. Last time we went live this early, probably like our year one, year two, of Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Well, we did this once or twice, but it just depends on who's awake.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Maybe
it is early.
I just thought of is like maybe everyone who is a subscriber of ours, because we always live stream at night, maybe they're all asleep because they're like, wait,
Maybe
why are these guys even live streaming right now at 11
we
p.m.?
do have a lot of West Coast people that are subscribed to us. So like I know people in LA, Nevada, Arizona.
Mm,
I know all those people are probably sleeping unless they're getting up early for work and they're like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a Saturday there, right? So nobody should be working unless they got,
yeah, unless
maybe
they're on something
different
else.
jobs. But okay, let's go ahead. You guys know how we go. We'll look at some latest news, and then y'all know how the dealio goes. Super chats get answered straight away. Thank you, Steven, for your super chat. We'll get to your question first.
That's awesome,
Super
man.
chats get answered straight away. Otherwise, we will go in order, answer your questions. Go ahead and drop a like on the stream for us to show some love. First bit of news, Chandler Jones not going to play week one. That's a whole weird situation in its own. We don't have time to talk about it. Jackson Smith and Jigba will have no limitations in week one. So that's good to see. Now, he is a flex option, but overall, if there are some, options that are veterans on your team, I would lean that way.
Yep.
Myles Gaskin was released. It's Alexander Madison season, baby. It's full go. Jalen Waddle is off the injury report. Ramondre Stevenson expected to play. Let me ask you, as the resident Stevenson truther, do you lower your expectations for Stevenson at all with maybe some sort of illness that we're not really aware of what, the details are on the illness?
No, I'm
Just full
okay.
go?
Full go. Normally illness is like unless he has like my guy can't stay off the toilet type vibe, like normally they take a shot, whether it's a cold,
Yeah.
a fever, they normally play. So I'm pretty confident Ramondre Stevenson going full go.
All right, so Ramondre Stevenson looks full go. Devon A-Chain will be out there. That's definitely a name that I'm going to be looking at. Raheem Mostert's a name that I feel comfortable starting. However, I will say that Devon probably is the RB2, and I really am hoping that he gets some good opportunities. Jerry Jeudy is questionable at this moment. Hopefully, by the time we're live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll know more information on him. John
Exactly.
Mechie was ruled out. So if you're in a deeper league and you happen to think of Nico Collins or something, maybe that looks a little more appealing. OBJ is good to go. Mark Andrews still questionable. Ken Walker, good news for all the Ken Walker guys out there. No injury designation, so he will be good. Looks like George Kittle has a legit chance to play. Treylon Burks, my guy. Love me some Treylon. He's going to be out there. And then big news, I would say the biggest news that we haven't talked about in the last day is that Christian Watson is officially out. Romeo Dobbs could play. In deeper leagues, I would say Luke Musgrave becomes a legit option. And maybe
100%.
Jaden Reed if both of these guys sit in deep leagues. What I will say is that Aaron Jones looks like an incredible start this week with the matchup. In Chicago, they gave up a ton of points to running backs last year. They're a different team for sure. But Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, specifically Aaron Jones in PPR formats, looks like an incredible start. He's going to get a ton of work in the air. Darren Waller, that is news that we should talk about. Questionable with a hamstring injury. From everything I've heard, and Badaki, I know you're our resident Giants fan, but everything that I've heard on the internet is that it's not very serious at all and that he should be fine. This is precautionary.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that they didn't practice for the next 2 days, and then he comes back and now he's questionable. I feel like it's a little bit of a scheme thing, as in like a mental thing that Brian Dable potentially would do. But look,
Right.
anything could happen. If he does come out, if we hear reports that he's practicing today and then the hamstring is serious, then that's news. But like, I mean, I saw him practicing. It was a bunch of videos of him
Yeah,
running.
I saw that too.
So I'm really interested to understand why this is the case. But look, we'll see. At the
Yeah.
moment, you kind of have to play as if he is questionable, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be full go on Sunday.
All right, let's get back to what we're here to do, which is to answer your questions. First
Mm-hmm.
off, guys, we freaking made it. We freaking made it. I mean, this in 24 hours, hopefully your lineups are going to be set. You're going to be feeling confident. I mean, give
Honestly.
yourselves a pat on the back. I mean, we freaking made it. It's no more hypotheticals, what could or could not be. It's
Coulda,
what
shoulda,
is.
woulda.
We are in the now, in the present. Amen.
That's wild. That's wild, man. I can't wait.
Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and drop a like as we join the stream here. But we're going to answer your start sit questions. Here's how it's going to work. We'll answer them in order. If you want your question answered straight away, drop a super chat and we'll get to it. So Steven has done that. Thank you for the super chat, Steven. Fellas,
so
he
much,
says, Lawrence or Gino.
I
and-
think it's
Go ahead.
go for it. No, I was gonna say. I mean, I was gonna go straight for the answer. Going based off matchup, I'm going Trevor Lawrence playing the Indianapolis Colts. A divisional game that I feel really confident in against this defense that I don't think, in my opinion, has gotten too many good pieces. They're going to struggle here with Anthony Richardson. I'm going to see a lot of possessions here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I think Trevor Lawrence is the start here. But I will say, Gino is close with the Rams, another divisional game. So don't sleep on Gino. But if I'm going to go based off of who I believe can have a higher ceiling this week, I do believe it is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, you make some good points. I will say Gino is closer to Lawrence than a lot of people might think. If you think about it, the Colts, which is who Trevor Lawrence plays, and the
Rams.
who Gino plays,
yeah.
they both lost really good cornerbacks, right? For the Colts, they lost Stephon Gilmore. He's in Dallas now. For the Rams, they obviously lost Jalen Ramsey. Both of these teams don't look incredible on paper for their defense, but going with Trevor Lawrence myself as well. However, anyone out there who has Gino and, there's not a really good option like Trevor Lawrence, he's a great starting option. So, Steven, thank you for the
agree.
donation, man. Really appreciate you. Again, guys,
Thank
if
you
you
so
want your
much.
questions answered straight away, drop a dono. Appreciate y'all. We'll go in order. What's up, JSC? Gerald says, good morning. Your thoughts on Juwan Johnson? Yeah, Juwan Johnson's one of those names where if you didn't have Travis Kelce, he was one of the names that we were suggesting that you pick up. He faces the Tennessee Titans this week. We've heard great reports all throughout the offseason of his rapport and connection with Derek Carr. We know Derek Carr has a vast history of using his tight ends. So to me, he's a good streaming option if you didn't get a tight end that you really loved in the draft, or if you were one of those people who has an injury to one of your
Tight ends.
starting tight ends.
Yeah, what I will say is, I feel a lot more confident. All the hype around Juwan sounds phenomenal, but I would say this: if Cole Kmet is available, if Jake Ferguson is available, Gerald Everett, even Sam Laporta. We saw what Sam Laporta did. Obviously, Jameson Winston wasn't there.
We can't pick him up now, right? So
Jameson Williams isn't there. You can't pick him up now, but I would be really interested in having at least one of those guys on my team with Juwan Johnson, because I don't think he will be a reliable guy. I just have a lot more confidence in all those names that I've named over Juwan currently. So once again, someone like a Cole Kmet, a Jake Ferguson, a Sam Laporta. Obviously, it's only week one. Names along those lines, I'll be really interested in picking up.
all right.
Even Chick as well, Chick Okonkwo.
What's up, the Pound? Welcome in, my man.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, Pound, if you're watching, what do you do when? Because I feel like I've only ever seen you stream best ball. That's your zone. You're always in the zone doing best ball drafts. I'm curious now, because it feels like that season's ending, what you stream on your channel. It's I'm curious if there's another form that you
There's
go
still a
to.
lot of good stuff. I mean, they have a lot
Underdog
of
still has a ton
weeklies.
of cool stuff. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of weeklies they have.
Yeah.
Weekly
I guess the
winners.
weekly drafts, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Jamathan? He says, "Good morning, guys. How are y'all? We're doing great, man. Hopefully
Great,
you're
man.
doing great as well." Donald says, "I love you guys. Just joined your channel the other day. Appreciate
Oh,
you, man.
amazing. Thank you
Thanks
so
for the
much,
sub.
man.
AJ Dillon or JSN as a flex. Keep in mind, I think in a question like this, format is important. If this is a PPR format, I'll probably throw JSN out there and see what happens. Excuse me. But if it's a half
Exactly.
or a standard
standard.
league, then I'll probably go AJ Dillon myself.
Yeah, completely agree. I'm gonna go JSN there. His next question is Pickens or Debo Samuel. I'm going Debo Samuel there. I think
Same.
I confidently say that for both of us. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't overthink that one, I don't think.
Agreed. Donald also full PPR. More Dodson or Godwin? I have Tyreek Hill and St. Brown. I'm assuming you're asking to start one. I'm assuming Moore is DJ Moore. I would be going DJ Moore over the two.
Yeah.
But Dotson in my rankings, Dotson is really close with DJ Moore. I have Chris Godwin a bit lower than consensus this week.
Yeah, it'd be
personally.
close for me between Moore and Godwin, but I would go Moore. I will say all those guys would be starting in the leagues that I'm in. So you have some great options. What's up? Crymore says, good morning for me. Yes. Flex to Deontay, Javonte, and Kirk. Here's what I'll say. Again, I think format's important. I'm going to go ahead and assume that is PPR. So the question is Deontay, Kirk, and Javonte. That is a tough one.
This one is a tough one. I'll be honest, Cromwell. Off the top of my head, I want to lean those wide receivers. I love Javonte, and I do believe he will get a full go. I just feel like Deontay and Kirk have a higher upside coming into this week, personally. I like Kirk. I think he's going to have a safe floor, and same thing with Deontay. Both of these guys are going to be peppered with. I think both of these guys can have, 6 to 7 targets in the game. But how many touches is Javonte going to have, and how many on the ground and in the air? I don't know. We can answer that question still. So I'm going to go with the wide receivers and Deontay and Kirk, but it is very close, and it's a difficult question.
Yeah, I think I would lean the wide receivers too, assuming it's PPR. But hopefully Javonte plays well, and so do those wide receivers, and you have more confidence going into week 2. What's up,
Agreed.
Joe? Sar Good Mike says, good morning. Good
How you
looking,
doing, baby?
gentlemen. Happy kickoff weekend. Yes, sir. It's good to have you on
All
the
love,
stream.
man.
UT, what's up, man? He says full PPR flex, Pirine, Addison, or Flowers. For me, this would probably be Addison.
Yeah.
At this very moment, like the matchup. Obviously, the concern is that he's a rookie, technically still wide receiver 2 on the depth chart at this very moment. I don't think that will be long until that changes.
Wide receiver 3. Addison?
Sorry.
Right. Is he wide receiver? You say wide receiver 2. You think he's wide receiver 3? You mean?
Yeah, I meant wide receiver 3 on the depth chart. If I didn't say that, I meant wide receiver 3 on the depth chart. OBJ seems to be playing, and if Rashad Bateman plays and Mark Andrews plays, then yeah, I'll go Addison there.
Yeah, I would agree as well. If Mark doesn't play, Flowers is the easy start, but I'm pretty sure he will play. Same thing with OBJ, like Zach said. So good. Who do I start on my flex? James Conner, Khalil Herbert, or Raheem Mostert?
Tough
I'm
one.
personally going. Yeah, it is tough. I think it is close between James Conner and Raheem,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel a lot more confident in James Conner coming into this week. Especially, I picture this team playing from behind often, unlike Miami Dolphins.
There are 6 spots. Sorry, hold on. There are 4 spots in my rankings between all 3 of these running backs this week. Meaning I would be in a tough spot trying to figure it out myself. Raheem has the best matchup, but I think Connor is just the offense, right? That's the advantage you get when you play James Conner. He is the offense for that team. So I guess I'll chase the volume there, and I'll go James Conner. Tony says exclude 1, Swift, Cook, Mostert. For me, this would probably be
Swift.
Dalvin Cook. No, this would be Swift. Sorry, this would be Swift for me as well.
Yeah,
My bad.
I would start. I would start Dalvin Cook and Mostert, especially with reports that Dalvin's going to be full go
Yeah,
on Monday night. So
that's
I
a
feel
good
really
call.
confident in that one. Wonder Bread.
Pickens
Pickens
or
or
Shaheed?
Shaheed
Pickens.
is Pickens for sure. UT says drop a like. Appreciate you, brother. Jamathan. I don't know why I had to say that with the list. Jamathan.
Dude, I did the same thing. I said it with the
Right,
list
it's hard,
earlier.
right? How do you say it? How do you Jamathan? Jamathan.
Jamathan.
That's it. Anyway, who should I start at flex? DJ Moore, Brent Ayuk, or DeAndre Hopkins? I think we'll both say DJ Moore.
Yeah, but you have
that.
some incredible options. So, good luck. I mean, I'd be curious what sort of league he's in. It sounds like it's either an 8 or a 10 man. I feel like 12 is like such a good happy medium because, you know, I feel like at some point it's like all these players are so good. It's just a flip of the coin, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully that works out for you, Jamathan. What's up? Iron Never Lies. He says greetings from Austria.
Austria.
How's it going, bro? Welcome in.
Beautiful place.
Blammo time says,
Blammo
good morning,
time.
guys. Should I start Cole Kmet or Juwan Johnson in a PPR league? Thank you for the sub, Isaac.
Thank you so
And
much.
Amari Cooper or Olave. Was thinking about going heavy with New Orleans against a weak Titans secondary. So let's start there. Amari Cooper or Olave. I'm rolling with Olave. Although,
Yeah.
again, both of these guys in all leagues that I'm in would be starting, right? So tough question to answer. Could not tell you exactly who's going to win between those two, but I would be going Chris Olave myself. Very good matchup last year. They were bottom 3 against wide receivers. The Titans were. As far as the first question, Cole Kmet or Juwan Johnson, that's a very, very close call. I do lean Cole Kmet. Thank you for the super chat. We'll get to that in a second.
Thank you so much.
I do lean Cole Kmet there. New weapons in DJ Moore, but Cole Kmet from week 9 onwards was a top 6 tight end. It was boom, it was bust. So it's going to remain boom bust for both of those guys. You just got to hope that it's the right tight end that you start that actually booms this week. So in summation, Kmet and Olave for me.
Yeah, completely agree. Cole Kmet and Olave. I would say this. Amari Cooper is a phenomenal start as well this week against the Bengals.
Absolutely.
I feel like if there's another, Blam, if you have another question, I want to know who you're starting over Amari Cooper. Then that's what I would ask, because I think both of those guys should be starts going.
Thanks for
into
the
your
sub,
lineup
Kirk.
this week. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, the super chat here.
Yes, let's get to the
Jason.
super chat.
Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. If you want to get your questions answered immediately, just drop a super chat and we'll get to it. He says, I need 2 out of White, Mostert, James Cook, and Gibson.
Let's start
I need
there.
3. Yeah, okay. So let's start the running backs. Need 2 out of White. I'm assuming Rashad White, Raheem Mostert, and James Cook, and Antonio Gibson. One would easily be Rashad White, and it's closer than you think, but I think I'm going Raheem Mostert over Antonio Gibson there. So Rashad White and Raheem Mostert for the both of us. And
I
I
would
need
100%
3.
agree. Rashad White, especially in a PPR league, should get a ton of work through the air. Raheem Mostert, incredible matchup, very limited competition. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and then he says, I need 3 out of Diggs, Waddle, London, Kirk, and Dotson. It has to be Diggs, Waddle. I do have Dotson. I do have Dotson.
I thought finally
of London.
we were on the same page there, because you have been Dotson over London all week, and I've been kind of London over Dotson all week, and I felt like maybe with Terry confirmed playing, you might lean that way. Now, are you still going Dotson?
No, I'm still going Dotson. I mean, I've said it.
Okay.
Even with Terry in question, whether Terry plays or not, I'm still starting Jahan Dotson.
Okay.
I feel really confident in that. So
yeah.
Once again, Rashad White, Raheem Mostert for the both of us. And then for Zach is Diggs, Waddle, in London. Myself, Diggs, Waddle, and Dotson. Hopefully that's helpful, Jason. Once again, thank you for the super chat.
Thanks for the super chat, man. Very kind of you. If you guys do want your questions answered straight away, drop a super chat for us, and we will get straight to it. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. And also go ahead and do us a favor, hit that like button. 44 people watching. Go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get to 40 likes here with your help. Should be possible. Keep in mind, guys, it is 11:20 p.m. where we are right now. We said, you know what? We just want to be there for the community. Let's go live. Let's answer as many questions as we can this week. Do us a favor. We are live streaming at 11:30 at night almost. Smash the like button for us to show some love. Okay, Anthony Richardson or Deshaun. I would not start Anthony Richardson week 1 if I could help it. So I would be going Deshaun Watson there. He faces Cincinnati. That should be a good game. You agree as well, I assume?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson coming back to his form, I believe.
Iron Never Lies. Start 2, Najee, Madison, Javonte Gibson. And it would be the first 2 for me, Najee and Madison.
Yeah, I would agree there as well. I know Najee has a tough matchup, but I'm still going with that. JSC, what are your thoughts on having a Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams stack when JMO comes back? I mean, if you can put JMO on your IR somehow or whatever, I think that's great, but I think we were on the same boat. We kind of spoke about this earlier. We don't necessarily want JMO taking up a roster spot on our squad. But at the same time, after week 1, he does seem really valuable.
That's what I was gonna say,
he does come back. So
Jameson Williams has been a player that I've been all in on our Dynasty channel. And in a redraft perspective, I've not been in on because I felt like he was going too high for someone who's definitely gone 6 games. And in all the leagues that I'm in, you wouldn't be able to put him on the IR. You'd have to just keep him on your bench, which would mean the waiver wire would be difficult to navigate. I feel much better about that in a best ball league. In a standard league, I'm happy to keep Jameson and just see what he looks like. What I will say is, Badaki and I talked about this a little bit on the live stream when we were watching the game, but Jameson Williams looks extremely necessary to that offense. I mean, he looks like the missing piece, man. A true deep threat that can stretch the field. That will open up the run game. There'll be less. I mean, Kansas City did a really good job defending the run. When you have Jameson Williams, you will not be able to keep that many people that close to the line of scrimmage. That is different kind of speed. He's different gravy, as our UK friends would say. And then you got Amon-Ra over the middle of the field. So he's the perfect piece. I think he helps out everyone in that offense, and I definitely want him. I'm just probably going to be someone who trades for him rather than stashes him on my rosters.
Yeah, I completely agree. If you can look, you have him now, might as well keep him. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So I understand. Purple Yoda, it says thoughts on Michael Thomas and AJ Dillon lost Waller and Christian Watson to hamstring injuries. No worries, man. This is what I would say. We kind of touched on Waller earlier. I think this could, and I'm a Giants fan, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, or with the reports that I've been hearing, I think it could be a play from Brian Daboll because the Giants had Friday and Thursday off, and now he's coming back with a hamstring injury. Seems kind of sus. Hasn't had an injury all throughout training camp, which I thought was going well. So I think he is going to be a full go. But if I had to choose between Michael Thomas and AJ Dillon, I'm going to be starting Michael Thomas, unfortunately. As much as I don't like Michael Thomas, but if he is healthy and going to be playing week 1, and he is the only option, I'm starting MT.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, let's wait. There could be hope with Waller yet. Let's go. Terp says, with Watson out, am I starting Elijah Moore, Bateman, or Van Jefferson? And I think I would go Elijah Moore here.
Yeah, I'm going Elijah Moore here easy. I think he's going to have a phenomenal role mingo into week 1.
Yeah, Van Jefferson does look like a really good play in like DFS formats. He'll probably be pretty cheap if you're building a lineup. Mingo or Boyd in the flex. Here's what I'll say, T-Gray. This safe play, if you need a safe play, someone to get you like 8 points, but potential 15, then Boyd is your guy. The completely unknown upside, if you want to shoot for the absolute moon, Mingo could be fun. It's unlikely that Mingo ends up being a good start. However, as we know, Adam Thielen dealing with an injury. We don't know his status. We do know that DJ Shark is out. So they got Bryce Young has to throw the ball to someone. It's probably going to be Mingo. If I'm on teams where I just need to shoot for the moon, then I'll put Mingo in just for the fun of it because I don't feel like Boyd is going to win you or lose you your week. Thanks for the sub, Jacob.
No, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going Tyler Boyd there. Tyler Boyd probably gets, catches 3 out of his 4 targets, but somehow finds the end zone. That's the type of play that Boyd can get you here.
Could.
And it probably be 8, 9 points, but it's not going to be a 20, 30 point type game where Mingo, we're just not necessarily sure what that's going to look like. So I'm going Tyler Boyd there. LT
Yeah,
Gray.
I could go either way, I guess. Pick 2 of full PPR: Brees, Tank, Dion, Jackson. You can't start Tank Dell, unfortunately. So that would have to be Brees and Dion Jackson. I mean, at this very moment, I don't think it'll stay like this for long, but Tank Dell is not listed as a starter in general, even in 3 wide receiver sets. Again, I don't think that lasts long, but you can't start him with that being the information that we've been given by the team.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you, Donald. He said, "Thank you guys, DJ Moore. It is. I'm a Bears fan. Anywho, all love, brother." Caleb. He says, "Pick 3, full PPR: Pitts, McLaurin, Pittman, Cooks, Gibson." I'm going Terry. I'm assuming that is Brandon Cooks and Antonio Gibson. I'm not gonna start Michael Pittman coming into this week. I need to see what that looks
Yeah.
like with AR 15.
Yeah, I would agree. It's either like I've been very low on Pittman this offseason, and you can make a case that he's been of value in certain drafts depending on where he goes, but I'm not sure I want to start him week 1. I need to see what this offense looks like. I need to see what Anthony Richardson looks like because, yes, he was exciting to watch, but as we know, based off of his Florida film and his preseason action, he's extremely inaccurate. So let's see what that looks like, that offense first.
Yeah,
James
completely
Cook
agree.
or Raheem Mostert, the dream. I'm going Raheem the dream myself.
Raheem the Dream. Raheem the Dream. I
Yep.
love James Cook, but Raheem has a good matchup this week.
Jordan Love or Jimmy G. Upside play is Jordan Love. The safe play is Jimmy G. If you're in a super flex league, I can't imagine, Terrell, that you're starting Jimmy G in a 1 quarterback league. I can't imagine that's your best option. But yeah, the safe play there is Jimmy. Thanks for the sub, Mega Bricks.
Thank you so much.
But the upside play is Jordan Love, and I want to have fun. I don't want to shoot for 12 points. I want to shoot for 20, right? So give me Jordan Love there.
Yeah, I completely agree. Go Jordan Love. I think he should have a decent floor. Listo, full PPR, need 2 flex. Brian Robinson, Mostert, James Cook, Burks. I think we will both say with confidence Brian Robinson and Raheem Mostert coming into this week.
I would agree, but extremely excited to watch Treylon Burks.
Yes.
That is someone that I have not stopped talking about on our Dynasty channel, so excited to see him out there. Dak Prescott or Trevor Lawrence? I would be rocking with Trevor Lawrence this week.
I'm going Trevor Lawrence as well.
Very close. They're only separated by a couple spots in my rankings, but Jamathan says it's a 10-man league. Snag DJ Moore in the 4th. Ayuk fell to me. Okay, nice. I like it. London or Dotson this week? I mean, that's hilarious, K-Peeps, because this is something that we have disagreed on all week. I've been London over Dotson, and Badaki's been Dotson over London. I think now that Terry McLaurin doesn't play unless he's ready to go and that he's healthy. I'm not going to say that Dotson will be a bad play. In most of my 12-man, 3 flex spot leagues, I'm starting Dotson. But if I have London, I'm starting him. I think he's the true number 1 there. It's a decent matchup for them, divisional game. And we have seen him with Desmond Ridder, and he was better with Ridder than he was with Mariota to end the year last year. So I'll go Drake London there myself.
Yeah, I'm going Jahan Dotson. I kind of been raving about it this week, all this week, repeating myself that whether Terry plays or not, I think you have to play Jahan Dotson, and it is preseason. But I'm excited at what we saw. They played the full half. We saw the chemistry, whether it's with second strings or third stringers. I think the chemistry with Sam Howell here. I feel like there's a really safe floor with an extreme high upside with Jahan Dotson. I think that could be the same could be said with Drake London. But I just feel a lot more confident in the sample size that we saw with Jahan Dotson and Sam Howell so far. I guess my recency bias from that take.
Could be.
So
Could be.
Yeah.
Next one here. Go ahead.
UT says just drafted in a huge Bill Homer league. Diggs went 101. Oh my gosh, had the 102. My first 3 picks were JJ, Bijan, Hurts. Next picks after Hurts. Hurts picks guys took Dawson Knox. Oh my goodness, what a crazy draft! I mean, you should win that league easily if you're getting Justin Jefferson, Bijan, and Hurts. So I love that for you.
Yeah.
Um, Kirk says, who do I start at my flex? Burks, Jaden Reed, or Mingo?
Nice. This is when you can actually fire up Burks because he's your best
Yeah.
option.
He is the best option.
Like, I want to start Treylon Burks everywhere I have him because I just freaking love the guy. But in your scenario, he's actually your best option. The only caveat is if Dobbs and Watson are going to sit.
That's where I was gonna say, if Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson's out, so if Romeo Dobbs is out as well on Sunday, I think I might play Jordan Reed over Burks coming into Week 1. But that's also a question that we can answer at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight.
Yes.
For you guys, we will be live again later on today with more news that are updated throughout the day. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Currently, if anyone's just joining us, it's 11:30 p.m. where we live. And we wanted to do everything we could just to help you guys out, answer as many questions. We know it's week 1. Everyone's excited. So if you could be so kind, do us a favor, return the favor, hit the like button. Just a simple way to support us. We'll keep going in order. Now, if you do want your question answered straight away, drop a super chat. We'll get straight to it, and it will be prioritized ahead of everyone else's questions. No worries, Jason. Isaac says, hey, good morning. 10-team non-PPR home league. I have Pollard and Walker as my RB1 and 2. Montgomery and Pierce as my 2 flex positions. I'm considering benching Damian for Dotson. Thoughts? In this scenario, in a standard league, I would be chasing the running back volume over any sort of target-based outcome. So, yeah, with no PPR at all involved, Damian's not a guy I really like this week at all, but I would be going him over Dotson there.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, I completely agree there. You have to start the opportunities on the ground there, Isaac. So start Damian there.
Also, come on. At least half PPR, Isaac. Come on. I mean, you can send this clip to your league if you want. You can send this time code. Guys, I'm sure you absolutely love playing in your league. What's going to make it funner is half PPR or PPR. Don't be afraid of it. It's a really fun way to play. Zapped says, how do you feel about the Fields and Moore stack this week? I'm feeling like if you drafted those guys, you have to start them, right? Like if you drafted Justin Fields, it was in the first 5 rounds probably. He was the top 5 quarterback last year, with his wide receiver 1 being a combination of Darnell Mooney, Amon-Ra St. Brown's brother Equinemius St. Brown, and Dante Pettis. Now he gets an upgrade with DJ Moore. It's always exciting to bet on talented players who get upgrades at the position and what that connection could look like. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, 100%. Cannot wait. DJ Moore is a my guy coming into this year. And I think Justin Fields is a my guy for Zach. So that is also, I mean, both my guys. I'm DJ Moore. He's Justin Fields. I think if you have this stack, you should be ecstatic coming in week in and week out.
We got a super chat from Bernard. I believe it was for the question that he dropped below. So, Bernard, thank you so much for the super chat, man. We'll get to your question straight away. He says, Williams, Ayuk, or Collins? Got to be a little more specific with Williams there because there's a lot of Williams out there. Bernard, maybe you can comment and let us know. However, I'm feeling like I'm going to lean Ayuk regardless here because I can't think of a Williams that would change my mind. Mike Williams, that would be a Williams that might change my mind. Sorry. In fact, I am going Mike Williams. It's very close. These guys are back-to-back in my rankings. Mike Williams is my wide receiver 24. Ayuk is my wide receiver 25. So it's very close. I don't think you can necessarily go wrong. I just think that it's a better matchup for Mike Williams versus Miami than Brandon Ayuk versus Pittsburgh. And it's just how I envision these games outworking themselves. Like the Niners and the Steelers, I don't think that's going to be a shootout. I think there's a very small chance it's a shootout. Now, anything's possible, but those are two teams that are very good defenses. Whereas in Miami, in the Los Angeles, rather, with the Chargers and the Dolphins, that is what I'm predicting will yield the most fantasy points of any game this week. So I would be chasing that game. I would be chasing opportunities there. And that would be Mike Williams for me.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, if you go to my rankings, my top 30, I actually have them back to back, but I have Ayuk higher, one spot higher than Mike Williams. Um, as we get closer, everyone is predicting this game to be a high scoring game. So am I. And I think you might have to go Mike Williams. You want a piece of that pie, especially for that game
Yeah.
that could once again could be potentially be the highest scoring game in the league in week one. So
Yeah.
take Mike Williams here. I don't think there's a wrong answer. It just sucks if Mike Williams goes down.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would say.
Bernard, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate you. So we'll get back to the other questions. But again, guys, if you want your question answered straight away, super chat, we'll get that done for you. Jacob, what's up, man? Thanks for joining me on the Debbie stream earlier. Appreciate you, man. That was fun. Pick 2, JSN, Zay Flowers, Judy Gibson, MT. For me, this would be Gibson. Oh my God, dude, this feels like such a trap.
This one's interesting because what's the status with Judy?
I know.
Currently questionable. I feel like he is trending the right direction. If you get a report, tonight throughout the day saying that Jerry Judy is going to be a full go coming into week one, I feel like you have to start Jerry Judy.
I kind of agree.
I will go Jerry Judy, and I feel like it's going to be Antonio Gibson here. But now JSN is full go.
So if Judy doesn't play, is it JSN and Gibson? I think so.
It will have to be JSN and Gibson.
Yeah.
But if Mark Andrews doesn't play, it's Zay Flowers and Judy, or Zay Flowers and Gibson, excuse me. So from the top here, Jacob, if Jerry Judy plays 100%, you play Jerry Judy and you play Gibson. If Mark Andrews doesn't play, is Zay Flowers and Gibson. Now, if Mark Andrews plays, you play JSN and Gibson. If Jerry Judy also doesn't,
that clears mud. Hopefully that helps.
Clear
Time says just following up. I'm starting Chase and Lamb, other wide receivers. Yes. So you're doing everything right then. You're doing everything right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, understood. No worries.
Yeah.
Zell TV, Mike Evans or Tyler Lockett. I'm rocking with Tyler Lockett this week. Really, really love Lockett's matchup. He's my wide receiver 20 on the week versus the Rams. The Rams are decimated on defense, and I think Lockett should absolutely feast, as well as that entire offense.
Completely agree.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt says Mingo equals Sky Moore 2.
Oh no!
I mean, come on, man. Let's give him at least a year of football before we label him
play a
Sky
snap
Moore
in the
2.
NFL.
Come on, guys.
Saucy Llama, James Conner, Rashad White, Jamal Williams. Ooh, this one's close between James and Rashad White.
I'm going Rashad.
Yeah.
Give me Rashad White.
I feel like James is gonna have the better game, but yeah, Rashad White is going against a terrible defense, so it makes sense.
Higbee or Njoku standard league. I'm not sure standard really changes it for me.
I think it's a touchdown. It's touchdown dependent. Then if it's standard, I envision Higbee finding the end zone over Njoku.
I'm not even sure the Rams score a touchdown. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I would go Higbee this week with Cooper Kupp out.
Yeah. No worries. Let's go true Mo Diesel. Have PPR flex Juju, Warren, A-Chain, or flex Andrews and start Ferguson at tight end. One, I got Dak. I mean, first of all, if Andrew plays, you have to start Dak or Andrews, excuse me.
Agreed.
Now I have to see what Warren does week one and A-Chain does week one.
It would be Juju.
But yeah, it has to be Juju.
That's Juju, start Andrews as well.
I don't love it. And if Andrews doesn't play, you start Ferguson and Juju.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Mega bricked up on a freaking Saturday morning. You'd love to see it. Full PPR sit one. Okay, we have to sit one of these players. Waddle, Higgins, Godwin, Dotson. I would be sitting Dotson there, but very close between Dotson and Godwin. But again, all these guys we would want to start. I imagine Badaki would say Godwin.
Dotson. Yeah, I would say Dotson. So
you're
Waddle,
Higgins. You're gonna sit Dotson for Godwin?
Yes, I would. I have Dotson higher than Chris Godwin.
Right. So your answer to that question would be to sit Godwin.
Full PPR sit one. Yes, I'm sitting Godwin.
Yes. Also start Dak or Justin Fields. We would start Justin Fields, both of us.
Correct.
All right, 14 team PPR start 11 dynasty. Trade away Josh Allen for Devonta Smith and Justin Fields.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy when you put it out there like that. But yeah, we have been big Justin Fields guys. We're okay with that. I would argue though that you could get more. Honestly, I think you could get more for Josh Allen. I really do. Like, I think you could throw in like a first and second swap as well. I really believe that's possible from what I've seen this offseason. London or Lockett. I would go Lockett there.
Lockett. Yep.
Caleb says, should I start Jake Ferguson, Hayden Hurst, or Irv Smith Jr. as my streaming tight end? I'm sorry, first off, that you had Kelsey. The good news for anyone out there who has Travis Kelce is that you cannot watch that Chiefs offense and convince me at all that Travis Kelce isn't going to break records this year because he is the offense there. But I would probably rock with Jake Ferguson here.
Yeah, I'm going Jake Ferguson. Playing against my Giants. Historically, we are terrible against the Cowboys when it comes down to the tight end position. That could be different this year, but you have to lean Jake Ferguson, in my opinion. George, full PPR, Brian Robinson or Khalil Herbert. This is very close. I am going Brian Robinson against the Cardinals, he has a phenomenal matchup coming up this week.
Yeah, Cardinals gave up the second most points to running backs last year. Now they got even worse as a team overall, both on offense and on defense. Lost one of their best cornerbacks to free agency. Kyler's not going to play. Game script should be in Washington's favor. I will say Herbert is only one spot behind Brian Robinson in my rankings, so it is a tough call. I would go with Brian there. What's up, Goats? Rings, what's up, man? Baby. Start 11, full PPR. Pick 2 for the flex spot. Swift, DJ, Terry Burks, Judy, Pirine. This is easy for me. This would be DJ and Terry.
Yeah. DJ and Terry. Agreed.
Yes. Best of luck. So Johnson or Ferguson? I think we said Juwan Johnson.
I think you said Juwan Johnson. Yes, we did say Juwan Johnson.
Nico, Juju, or Bateman. For me, it would be Juju out of those options. I believe it would be Juju.
I'm going Rashad Bateman.
Really? Okay.
Rashad Bateman's full go. I know there's a lot of mouths to feed there, but he can catch the bomb touchdown.
Okay.
That's how I'm envisioning it, especially if OBJ is already questionable with his ankle injury, and if he does bang that up in the game, I'm kind of leaning on that potentially. But
would you agree that Juju's the safest play though of those options?
I would agree. Juju is the safest play. I think all these guys are massive risk for sure, but Juju does feel like the safest play.
Big Breakfast says, "Thank you for the super chat, by the way."
Thank you so much.
No question. Just wanted to show some love. Hope the Devi content, hype on the Devi content coming out. Yeah. Not near enough of it on YouTube. We appreciate the hard work. Thanks. Appreciate that.
All love.
That was really fun earlier today, but appreciate the super chat. Guys, if you want your questions answered straight away, drop a super chat of any amount. We'll get straight to it. But appreciate the love, Big Breakfast. That's very kind of you. Always in the chat, showing some support. Corn Pops. Man, I love me some Corn Pops. That's an underrated cereal. You know, Pops.
Oh, Pops, 100%. Pops?
Man. I mean, that's underrated. Yeah, it's just.
I love Pops.
Yeah, it's tasty.
I'm getting back into cereal too. Love it.
Van Jefferson and Cortland Sutton. Probably going Cortland Sutton here.
Agreed.
My inkling is that Judy doesn't play, and that would mean that Cortland Sutton would be the number one target there. And yeah, I'll chase the Broncos over the Rams there.
Completely agree here. Bernard, we answered his question. Jason
Derulo.
Okay, let's see. See how this plays out and drop and add tight end Musgrave or running back Spears and Mitchell. So this is his team. Lamar, White, Cook, Mostert, Gibson, A-Chain, Gibbs, Waddle, London, Kirk, Dotson.
Here's what I'll say. Like, with this group, I'm not adding Spears or Elijah Mitchell because you're just...
No.
If an injury doesn't happen, then they're a waste of space. But if you have space, they're good to have in case an injury does happen. I would, if Romeo Dobbs misses, I would play Musgrave over Ferguson this week. If
I'm
if
definitely
Romeo
in a couple
misses.
leagues. I'm in a couple leagues where I'm waiting for that to happen, and if I get that report tonight, I am going to be starting Musgrave in multiple leagues, in multiple
Yeah.
dynasty leagues.
Not
So-
someone that I'm extremely excited for when Watson and Dobbs are fully healthy, but with the circumstances, I think he's a fine start. Kind of what Laporta gave you in week 1.
Exactly. And what I would say, Jason, it looks like you're asking if you should drop anyone on this list. I hope that's not the case. Don't drop any of these players for Luke Musgrave. I mean, don't drop. I mean, I know I'm not the biggest A-Chain guy, but I would like to wait and see what A-Chain does before I drop him for
I agree.
Luke Musgrave. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, you'll have
Brian,
to drop tight end for tight end.
Yeah, you would. Brian, it says, will Dotson outscore DJ Moore? I think there's a possibility, but I feel really confident in DJ Moore personally.
Yeah, I would go DJ if I had to choose. Non-tight end premium, Goddard or Pat Fryermuth.
I'm gonna go Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, Goddard faces the
Patriots.
The Patriots, correct? Yeah, they're both pretty tough matchups. But yeah, I would go Dallas Goddard there.
You have to go Dallas Goedert there. Robert Mitchell, pick one QB. Watson, Howell, Jordan this week. It's definitely Deshaun Watson for the both of us.
Yeah, would agree.
I know you have Jahan Dotson and you want the stack, but Deshaun Watson, top 5 quarterback outside of his rookie in this past year. He's hopefully coming back to form.
And can I just take a second here? There's 67 people watching. If I only get to tell 67 people this, I think it will be good wisdom, maybe.
I want to hear
do not freak out after week 1. This happens every single year, and I'm just preemptively saying this. It's not about any player in particular. It's just in general. Do not freak out after week 1. Okay? It is a long football season. Every week is a different week. If there's a player that you loved, you're going to see tweets everywhere. This guy's going straight to the waiver wire. Drop him. He's worthless. Don't freak out week 1. That is the worst thing that you can do. Overreactions will be dominating all social media. Just stay calm, baby. Stay calm, okay? I always go back and look at a tweet that I released, but if you look at week 1 standings after the 2021 season, all the superstars that you love didn't have a good week. So anyway, just want to preemptively say that. If something doesn't go your way or a sleeper that you really liked didn't have a great game, it's okay. Don't freak out. Don't drop them straight to the waiver wire. Things will be okay. So, we'll find out more information. But anyway, just wanted to say that.
Completely agree here. Morgan, which of the following for my flex 2 spots? Antonio Gibson, Van Jefferson, Dotson. Easily Antonio Gibson and Jahan Dotson for the both of us. Am I correct?
Yes.
Easy. Ridley or Dotson. This is Calvin Ridley for Brian.
Agreed. I would agree. So
Jacob
excited, man. Oh, that is one of those players that I just cannot wait to watch.
for Calvin.
I am so excited to watch Calvin Ridley. The amount of stock that I have, it's ridiculous. Sanders or Dobbins this week? Very close. Dobbins is one of my starts of the week. I've had a lot of pushback on it. I just really don't care. You know what's funny, Badaki, by the way, is someone told me I was way too low on Gibbs in my rankings this week when we released a video. And then someone found it in the replies today and replied to the guy and was like, something about like, you don't really know everything type vibe. I just wanted to go back and look at the comment. The guy deleted it. I'm like, guys, really? Like we can't even, you can comment something, you gotta delete it. It's like,
what's crazy is that
these people can't even leave a comment up. Imagine them making content.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. No offense to anyone out there that's probably have left a comment, or maybe it is offensive, but like, we put our faces out there, we put all of our takes out there. People are quick to answer, but like, respectfully, y'all don't have the quote unquote balls to put the content out and have it on the internet. It takes a lot of guts, I would say, to put your take out.
Yeah.
and kind of back it up.
Anyway,
and take the heat.
I just thought that was funny because when I talked about Dobbins as one of my favorite starts this week, got a lot of pushback on it. But there's already people who are deleting their comments that they were wrong about on our videos. I just find that, like, you can't even leave a comment up, bro. Like, come on, like you would not be able to hang in the content industry, and that's okay. But yeah, I would go J.K. Dobbins here.
Yeah, I'll go J.K. Dobbins as well. Also, a well-slated injury. Who you looking to stream? 10 team. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we kind of answered this earlier here. 7 goats. Jake Ferguson, Joe Everett. I'm interested in some of these rookie tight ends like Juwan Johnson. I'm really interested in Dalton Kincaid as well. Chigga Okonkwo, Cole Kmet. Those are some guys to name if Waller.
But
is
we would think Waller plays.
Yeah, we think Waller does play as well.
That's a good move, Donald. That makes a lot of sense. Chris says pick 2 full PPR: Godwin, Pirine, Hollywood, London. My 2 would be London and Godwin there.
Correct. Same with me.
Billy says, who is catching passes for the Giants when Waller sits this week? We believe he plays. If he doesn't play, it's probably Hodgins. I would say
Hodgins, Paris
low
Campbell.
key Paris Campbell might be the one too.
It's those two: Hodgins, Paris Campbell, and then Saquon Barkley out the backfield. A lot more better options than it was last year. Richie James, Davis Sills, and Colin Johnson. You don't even know who Colin Johnson is, I bet. Maybe you do.
I would say if I had to choose between them, I would go Jaden Reed if Watson and Dobbs are out. But Hodgins is close.
Yeah, I would agree. Hodgins is close, but I'm going Reed as well.
Yeah.
Jacobs.
Hey, just quickly, shout out to the 73 people watching the stream, guys. Appreciate y'all. If you don't know, it's 11:52 p.m. where we currently live right now. We just wanted to go live. We'll be live again tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We wanted to go live and just help out as many people as we could. Do us a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just to show some support in return. If you do want your question answered straight away, drop a super chat of any amount, but smash that like button for us just to show some love. Appreciate y'all. Jacob says sit 1 half PPR. Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, JK. If I had to sit 1 in a full in a half PPR, even in a half, I'm sitting J.K. Dobbins. I just can't sit those wide receivers.
Receivers. It's tough.
But yeah, I love J.K. Dobbins this week. You just have some incredible options.
Yeah, completely agreed there. Office, PPR, Dubs, Kincaid, Judy. I'm starting Dubs right now. Yeah, if Judy's full go, I'm starting Judy.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going. And if Dobbs is full go, I'm going Dobbs.
Yeah.
And if they're both out, you go Kincaid.
Yeah. Don't have another answer there.
Don't have another option. Okay, UT, if you had 2 quarterbacks that you view fairly similar, say Burrow and Herbert, and one is playing a game that has a shootout potential and the other one is playing a bottom team like Arizona, who do you start?
Chase the over-under. I mean, chase the most potential points. You know, I will say, like, some people, it's my belief that some people focus too much on Vegas. Like, hey, guess what? The house always wins. There's a reason why the house always wins. Don't put all your stock into what Vegas says. But, like, if you can put 2 and 2 together, wow, these were 2 of the most high-scoring teams in the NFL last year. Did they get any worse? No, they got better. Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to put my hat in that game, you know? So if they're genuinely back-to-back, you know, chase the shootout is what I would say.
Yeah, I would completely agree. I would also say, like, in a scenario like that, I don't think there's a wrong answer. If you have Joe Burrow and Herbert, I feel like no matter what, you're going to be fine. You're probably going to be upset that you didn't get the extra 5 points or 5 to 6 points. Now, I'll be really upset if you didn't get the extra 15 points. That's a difference, right? But normally, I don't think there's too big of a difference when you think of these superstar, high-tier caliber quarterbacks. The Burrows, the Herberts, the Fields, the Hurts.
To be honest, it's also like a note to take for next year, because if you're in a 1 quarterback league and you drafted Herbert and Burrow, that's bad process at the end of the day. Like you would have had to have spent a top 6 pick on both of those guys, which means you may have suffered with the rest of your team. Now maybe you have a really small league and it's only 8-man or something, but you know, in a 12-man, if you spent 2 top 6 picks on a quarterback, that's just a mental note to take for later. shouldn't have that many quarterbacks that early. We got to build around our rosters, so that way you're not in this weekly position where you don't know who's right and it's not best ball. You have to make the decision. So
yeah, completely agree. It's a tough position to put yourself in. But I love the question. NC Kane says, "Hey guy, good to see you. Appreciate you. Do I start Khalil Herbert, Jay Williams, or Javonte Williams, or Jamal Williams in flex?" I think
let's assume it's Javonte.
If it is Javonte and Javonte's full go, I'm starting Javonte.
Yeah, same. Very, very close. But we're gonna go ahead and believe what Sean Payton's telling us. Oh, it is Jamal. So if it's Jamal, then I will go Khalil Herbert myself.
Khalil Herbert. Completely agree. Yeah, Jacob says, shout out to the Justin Ross truthers. I completely agree, Jacob. That would be really interesting if Kadarius Toney does struggle. But once again, week 1, let's not overreact too much. And Sky Moore. So anything can happen. Maybe when Travis Kelce does come back in, that kind of helps them a little bit. So it is one game. Even though I loved how much Kadarius Toney was struggling as a Giants fan.
Such a hater. Such a hater.
Bring on the downfall. That's terrible.
What's up? What's up, Steel Mob? Welcome in, my man. Doing? Cousins at home against Tampa Bay or Herbert? I'll go Justin Herbert.
Herbert. You have
Very
to go
close,
Herbert.
Though. We do have a super chat. El Tigre, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Very, very kind of you. Justin Ross, 100% catch rate. Bid starts at 2 firsts. Let me say something that El Tigre does not want anyone to be saying right now. Guys, if you're out there, do not go trade multiple firsts for Rashee Rice. Do not go out and trade multiple firsts for Justin Ross. Not even a single first for those guys. That's what we call the opposite way of an overreaction. We were live during the Chiefs and Lions game, Badaki. Remember this? Someone left a comment and they said, "I just sold Rashee Rice for 2 first-round picks." We were like, "What?" Man,
it's happening already. I mean, this is the overreactions you have when you see the first game.
It goes so far on both sides too.
So
I'm happy for Justin Ross though, and the truthers of Justin Ross.
He had more catches.
He caught a pass.
He had the same amount of catches as Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore, and
to be fair, let's just be fair for Sky Moore for 1 second though. Like, the passes that he received were really bad. Like, 100%. It was off character for Patrick Mahomes. The slant was behind him. The deep ball he was wide open. He ran a good route, and Pat Mahomes didn't get to him. And then the last one that was another deep ball random attempt was just a little bit too high for him to get to. Sky Moore still ran the most amount of snaps. So what can you do? DJ Duvernay, hey boys, pick one flex full PPR. Hopkins, Herbert, Mostert, Hollywood, not considering Brown. He was leaning Mostert, but no Armstead now. I would be leaning DeAndre Hopkins there.
Hopkins. Yeah. Completely agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Where do you rank Musgrave rest of season? Too early, dude. Like as much as we're saying we're excited about seeing him, and if Dobbs and Watson are out, that doesn't change the rest of season, right? Because we anticipate Watson and Dobbs being healthy. Heading into the year, where did I have him? Let me see. I'm trying to remember. Okay, Luke Musgrave. Where did I have Luke? Oh, these are my weekly rankings. Sorry. I'd have to. I think I have him like tight end 19 or something. I don't currently see a reason to move him up, even though week 1 looks more exciting at this moment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I agree. It is early, but let's wait and see what that looks like, because everyone's loving Sam Laporta right now. But next game he has a goose, and he's saying, "Holy shit!" So I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. But Offense Depot, what's up? Down under PPR, Judy P, Ryan, Mike Evans, or Penny? Starting Evans right now.
Yeah, I would be going Evans too.
Yeah, I said Judy plays, I'm starting Judy, but right now you start Mike Evans over all those guys.
I think even if Judy plays, I think I might go Evans there.
That's fair.
There's just a high chance of re-injury if he does go out and play, and I really don't think he should.
I don't think he should either.
I think if you own Jerry Judy as well, you should want him to sit.
Yeah, I would agree there. I would agree.
Thanks for the sub, Black Star.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Love it. Jacob says start 2, A-Chain, Quentin, Bateman, Algier, Musgrave. The 2 I would be starting there would be Bateman and
Well, Musgrave because it's tight end premium.
Musgrave. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Watch the game.
Who
So
would have
I'm
thunk?
trying to buy. I love that. Is dropping Kadarius Toney overreacting? I would say yes. Don't drop Kadarius Toney. Much
Yeah,
as I
I,
hate
I
him.
did see that narrative out there a lot. Look, like who are you picking up that has who are you picking up
Or
that's more appealing right now? I guess
I mean,
like thanks for the subject. I guess in a
thank you so
way,
much.
like if your entire league was trashing on Kadarius Toney the entire night, what you could do is if you're in a league where you can drop a player that's already played to pick up someone, like if I had Tony and my entire league was trashing on him, I might drop him just to pick up a backup running back like an Elijah Mitchell or Jalen Warren in case an injury happens. You know, I might play my hand like that, but I would still be rostering Tony to see what happens the rest of the season.
I would completely agree there.
Yeah.
So I like that move. Jason, he says, good morning. Full PPR, Sutton, London, Thomas, Addison. Going, I would think we'll both say Drake London there, no doubt.
Yes.
Daniel Whitemore says, got to roll with 2 or of 3. Half PPR, Elijah Moore, Shamaze, JSN. If Andrew sits, Luke Likely or Ferguson. So let's start off with the wide receivers. I'm going Elijah Moore and JSN.
Same.
And then if Andrew does sit, I'm going Jake Ferguson.
I'll go Likely there, man. I mean, you got the perfect replacement, right? And we've seen Likely be good without Andrews. I think this is why you have Isaiah Likely on your team.
Isaiah Likely, yeah. I mean, I can see the narrative. Genuinely, I feel significantly. I feel a lot more confident with Ferguson once again with the history with the Giants against tight ends.
Right. But you're also betting on something that you haven't seen yet, whereas we have seen Likely be a good spot start in place of Andrews.
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen Ferguson.
And Ferguson's he's a guy I love, you know.
Yeah. Look, I hear you, but I guess the history with the tight end position for the Cowboys against the Giants has always been like historically, literally amazing for fantasy. I don't have those numbers in front of me. But I just feel a lot more confident playing Ferguson. So just to sum it up there, Daniel, Elijah Moore, JSN, and then for me it's Jake Ferguson, and for Zach is Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
Brian, will Aaron Jones outscore Bijan Robinson? It's hard to imagine, but anything can happen.
This week it's possible for sure. He has a great matchup. But rest of season, probably not. Kincaid scares me week 1. Was considering Gray over him. Glad that didn't happen. Kincaid or Chig, I'd probably roll with Kincaid there. Very close.
I am going Kincaid, yeah.
Kansas City sucks. Love it. Love it. I'm streaming Everett week 1 and waiting on Kincaid. Yes, sir, says. What's up, Terrell? Welcome in. It's 8:53 in Chicago, Donald says.
Talk it up.
Yeah, so we got people waking up. They're starting their morning with us. That's cool. Komet, Musgrave, or Mayers. I'd be going Cole Komet there.
Cole Komet. Yep, love it.
Yeah, Laporta did look good. That's good to see. Terrell says hit the like button. Yeah, guys, do us a favor. Go ahead and do that. Ain't no way you guys are Aussies. No, we're not Australian.
We're not.
Just live
We
there.
just live here. Shout out to Australia. Summertime coming very soon.
Yeah. Are we playing Dobbins this week and the flex over Deontay Johnson, London Ayuk, and Mostert? I am playing him over those options that you mentioned.
Yeah, Dobbins phenomenal matchup this week. I would say it is very close, no doubt. It is very close. Full PPR, Allen, need a flex, Brees, Jason, Dobbs. If Dobbs play, are you starting Dobbs over JSN? I mean, I'm not starting Brees at all this week.
Yeah, I would go JSN. Actually,
I'm going Dobbs if he's healthy.
To be honest, dude, I think Brees is your best bet, though.
If Dobbs is risky, yeah, I don't know. Brees, I just don't know. I just don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
we'll
it's risk across the board, right? Who's the best player? That's what I'm thinking. They're all slightly injured.
Yeah, they are slightly injured.
I'll go Brees Hall there. And also, Alan, it'll be so far into the week, you'll forget I even told you to start Brees, so you won't be able to blame me. if it goes wrong.
Just by the way, guys, an understanding for Darren Waller, update for Darren Waller. My understanding on Tyler Darren Waller is that there was some hamstring tightness last week. It's not solely from an incident at today's practice. Waller seems to be moving relatively well at the open portion of Friday's practice,
Who
and
is
positive
this?
sign. Jordan Renaud, he's a Jordan beat Giants beat writer.
I was on 32.
Jordan Renaud. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm just now getting this.
Yeah, that was
That was a long time ago. I
that's
don't know
good.
why.
I mean, that just confirms what we were already saying, which is good though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Tommy,
Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says appreciate you, fellas. No, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Here's what I'll say. It's past midnight for us, guys. We have to wake up and be live to do all this again.
In a couple hours.
Well, in more than a couple hours. I mean, in about 9 hours and 50 minutes, right? So we're gonna give you guys the until the 30-minute mark. Are you cool with that, Badaki? So 24 more minutes. 24 more minutes is what we'll give you. Do us a favor, hit the like button, drop a super chat if you want something answered straight away. There may be people's questions that we don't get to in today's stream. Gabriel Davis, Brandon Cooks, or AJ Dillon. It would be Brandon Cooks for me.
Let's go quick fire so we can maybe get to as many. Should I trade Henry for Garrett Wilson and Mixon? I would be okay with that. I'm not sure about you.
Yes, I'm very happy with that deal, especially if it's any PPR.
Absolutely. Yes, an early stream Sparrow. Flex PPR. Romeo Dobbs if he plays with Jamal Williams or Juju.
I think Jamal's the play there, actually. I hate his matchup, but he's going to get the ball more than those other guys, I would say.
Yeah, I'm interested on Romeo, Tommy. So I would say come back later on tonight for me to answer that question. But I'm willing to take the risk on Dobbs there. With Christian Watson out, should I go read or drop? Should I go read or drop read to pick up Dobbs? Ooh, that's a good question. I think if Dobbs is out, as Dobbs is playing, I'd rather play Dobbs with the history of him and Jordan Love. He's not gonna start JSN from my bench. Once again, I would say another question.
Treylon Burks should be the one that you pick up off your waiver wire over Jaden Reed, though. Long term and Dobbs.
Yeah, I like Bateman as well. I mean, both of those guys should be picked up and rostered.
Terry, thank you for the super chat, man. As you guys know, we get to super chat straight away. They take priority. Best ad: Dimes, Mingo, Gainwell, Howell, a D Watson owner. Honestly, I would be adding Danny Dimes.
Is it super flex, Terry? I'm interested.
I don't even in a one quarterback. I would be adding Dimes there.
Yeah, I think it's a great pickup. So I'll be picking him up as well.
Yeah. And then hopefully both of those guys go off in week 1, and you can decide to do a package. You know, you're not going to get a ton of trade value, but you can maybe do a package of sorts.
Yeah. Kevin Hunter, start 2 of 4. Breece Hall, Jason Addison, or Elijah Moore. I'm going Addison and Elijah Moore.
Yes, same.
Terry, London, Gibson, Cooks, Sutton, Dillon need 2 full PPR. We would both say London and Gibson confidently.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah,
no new news on Romeo Dobbs. We're still waiting on that. Again, guys, we'll be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. So hopefully we'll have more news by the time we go live tonight. Lockett or Terry, we would go Lockett. Great matchup. Both have good matchups, but Lockett is the healthier wide receiver. Geno or Rodgers, I'm pretty heavy on the Geno side of this. Really love the Geno Smith matchup. He goes up against the Rams. We talked about how good that matchup is. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers goes up against the Buffalo Bills. Rodgers is my quarterback 20 on the week. Goff and Geno is my quarterback 14, so I'm pretty confident in that answer.
Yeah, Geno's definitely the safer floor, I would say, but Aaron Rodgers has a tremendous ceiling potentially coming into this week, but I am backing you there with Geno Smith. Tony is dead. RIP. Who should I start on my flex? Full PPR. I'm assuming start 1. Jason, Dobbs, Charbonnet, Dion. Dobbs if he plays. If not, I'm going JSN.
Yep. That's gross.
Brendan, Dalvin Cook or Zay Flowers? Dalvin Cook, I would say, for the both of us.
Agreed. Yeah.
Jackson, Higbee or Pitts? This is interesting.
Yeah.
Look, I think this is really close. I am going Kyle Pitts, but I can envision Tyler Higbee having a better day than Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I could see that. I think Higbee's probably the safer floor. Pitts is the higher upside, though. But I got to rock with Pitts. Gosh, are we going to do this dance again? We'll find out.
I mean, we're going to find out this year, brother. Tommy, should I pick up Knox, Everett, or Jawan if Waller's out? I'm picking Everett up, personally.
Yeah, be Jawan for me. Love the matchup versus the Titans. And just feel a little bit better about his ranking in the target share compared to Everett over there with the Chargers. Thank you for the super chat, Ron. Appreciate you, man. Very kind of you. We'll get to your questions straight away. Dynasty trade, which side wins? T. Higgins and a mid-second. Okay, sorry. Which side wins? T. Higgins, mid-second, and Calvin Austin, or Jahan Dotson and Quentin Johnston?
I know what that is for me.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson and Quentin Johnston.
Okay, yes. Jahan Dotson and Quentin Johnston for me. Love Quentin, love Jahan. I'm expecting big things from QJ in the future. And Calvin respectfully means nothing to me. And Jahan Dotson right now alone is worth a first-round pick. And Quentin is worth a first-round pick as well. T could be worth 2 firsts.
Yeah, if that was T. Higgins and like Calvin Ridley, that would be much easier. I'm just trying to like rationalize T. Higgins and Devontae Adams. Like, there's a lot of names that you put next to T. Higgins where it easily makes it the T. Higgins side. But yeah, I think you're getting early on the Jahan Dotson breakout, and Quentin Johnston, is only a couple injuries away from being a really exciting player. So appreciate you, man. Thanks for the super chat. Happy says start 1 full PPR Connor Madison Sanders. For me, this is very close, but this would be Sanders, and there's only one spot between Sanders and Madison in my rankings.
Yeah, it is very close. I have Madison over Sanders.
Okay, I love that.
Week, but I love Miles Sanders. I think we did have this question multiple times, not this question specifically, but we did say, is it either Miles Sanders or Alexander Madison? I think these are both very similar fantasy finishes coming into week 1. So, give me Alexander Madison.
Terry says, better add Watson owner. Hal Dimes. I think we answered this.
Yeah, we did answer this.
Sermon, what's up? Hey, boys, full PPR Superflex. Do I flex Mike Evans or Javonte? It would be Javonte for me. That's tough.
It would be Javonte. Or do I flex D-Hop or Cam Akers?
I think DeAndre Hopkins is your best option there, actually. I'll go DeAndre Hopkins there.
I think Cam can have a phenomenal game, but yeah, DeAndre Hopkins feels good in the PPR, half PPR.
Yeah,
I would say it's closer from DeAndre. I would say in order, D-Hop, Cam Akers over Mike Evans, Javonte. That's what I would say.
Christian, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the super chat. As you guys know, we prioritize those super chats. JSN, Bateman, Pickens, Algier in the flex half-point PPR. I can pretty confidently say that the answer for both of us would be George Pickens here.
Yes.
There's a difference between just relying on one preseason game and then there being multiple examples of Pickens looking great in his second year with Kenny Pickett, the drum beat being super loud. Obviously, it's a good defense that they're going up against there, but if you drafted George Pickens, you would have drafted him higher than anyone else that you just listed. So go ahead, start George Pickens this week. That's what I would be doing myself.
Completely agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, good point, Jacob. Like I said, I know a lot of people will be dropping Tony, but unless your waiver wire is like full of really exciting players, I don't know that that's incredible advice to be giving people. I'm with you. Mostert or Juju would be going Mostert for me.
Agreed.
Miles Sanders or Drake London. Drizzy, Drake London, or Miles Sanders. Honestly,
I'm going Miles there.
That is so close for me.
That's the one I'm going Miles.
It's full PPR. Yeah, I think I do go Miles as well, but geez, that is close.
I just want to say I love Drake London. I have multiple.
Doesn't sound
stocks
like
of
it this
Drake
week.
London. It doesn't sound like it this week, but I do have multiple stocks of him. I like Drake London. Just want to make that clear. I think it's a harder matchup than expected. JC Horn is back after I think he broke his foot in the second half of the season or early in the season last year. So it's going to be interesting to see.
That was his
looks
rookie
like.
year, but yeah, I hear you.
Right. But I think he also got injured for something else. But anyways, yes.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Panthers fans.
Thomas or Evans, I would go Mike Evans. Assuming
Yes,
that's
I'm going
Michael
Evans
you're
there.
asking. Start Ingram or Njoku. I would be going with Evan Ingram there, but it's very
Agreed.
close.
Agreed.
Judy or Mike Williams for full PPR. Also, would you drop Cousins? I have Hurts to pick up a sleeper running back like the guy from Miami. So you're asking, would I drop Cousins for Devon A-Chain? I think Cousins is going to come out and have a very good week 1. So I would probably keep Cousins and hopefully trade him to a team who has a quarterback that underperformed this week.
100%. I'm trying to sell. I mean, just to give you some context there, Zach, I'm trying to sell Kirk Cousins if he does have a bad week.
A good week,
This may be, has a good week, excuse me. I mean, I'm thinking of someone like a Jordan Addison if he has a bad week. Like, this is how drastic I think people could overreact personally. A Jordan Addison or George Pickens, a Treylon Burks in a one quarterback format, Elijah Moore, right? I'm trying to get guys that are going to have high upsides throughout the season to sell, because what we like to do is pick up one quarterback, draft one quarterback, and then pick up somebody in a off the waiver wires to stream just for that week, because you're always going to start Jalen Hurts confidently over Kirk Cousins. I don't think there's going to be a week where I can confidently say you're going to start Kirk Cousins over Jalen Hurts unless he gets hurt or Kirk Cousins has the best matchup in the world and Jalen Hurts has the worst. That's what I would say.
Yeah. For the first question, I'm going Mike Williams over Judy.
Judy over Mike. Yeah, Judy plays. I'm going Judy, but yes. Mike
Even with the
Williams
injury,
over
you're
Judy.
going Judy over Mike?
I have to. Yeah, I think I will.
I don't know, man. That's risky.
It could be risky. Well, let's hear more about it. We're going to hear more information.
I would go Mike, but fair enough. Jack says White or Javonte. I would go White there. Sorry, Rachaad White. Drake London or Javonte Williams in the flex. This is where I would go Drake London.
I would go Drake London here as well.
London or Dotson. We've had this question a lot, Andrew. It's 2-point bonus for 40+ yards plays. We've had this question a lot. I'm going London.
Dotson.
Badaki's going Dotson. We've disagreed on it most of the week, but we both love those players. I went wide receiver heavy, no RB. Should I start Hall or Charbonnet? I would go Breece Hall in that scenario.
Yeah.
Mixon or Walker at the flex. I mean, Joe Mixon and Kenneth Walker, man.
You're starting both of those guys.
How are you not starting one of these players?
You must have like Travis Etienne and I don't know, somebody, and Travis Etienne and Bijan, or Travis Etienne and Austin Eckler, and then you have Mixon and Walker. Like, you have to start those guys. But if I had to choose one, I'm starting Joe Mixon.
Yeah, same. Allen, no worries. Juju, James Cook, or Swift. I'm going to have to go to my rankings to answer this one. I think the answer I would give you is James Cook, but I don't like it at all.
I was going to say this. James Cook has a terrible matchup, but I think he has the higher upside out of all three of those, out of those three guys here that Allen's named.
But Aki, let me ask you, as a James Cook truther, because there are some like you out there in the chat right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to ask, what happens and how do you feel if the stat lines on Monday night is James Cook, 2 targets, 2 catches, 60 yards, 12 attempts, 0 touchdowns. Damian Harris, 5 carries, 2 touchdowns. All on the goal line.
I think first of all, I think the context is really important. Is the pass defense phenomenal. Like what did Stephon Diggs do? You know, like has the ball been moved on the ground better? Because first of all, this Jets defense is great. I would say this. James Cook is going to get work in the air regardless. But we have to understand this Jets defense is a great. We're projecting them to be top 5 right now. I mean, everyone in the NFL is projecting them to be top 5.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not starting James Cook in any of the leagues. But I would be a little deflated, but it's still only week 1.
Sure. Agreed.
So we'll wait and see what happens, but I don't know. I would be upset.
I just worry for James
Cook.
Cook.
Have my hopes up.
People out there when it gets to the goal line, I don't want to. I want to put my hands over my eyes for them and be like, oh
I think that's
Damien.
the thing though. Like it's the same conversation with everyone else. Like it's the same conversation when it comes down to Devon. Like we're not expecting him to get the.
People didn't draft Devon in the 6th round. Devon Achane.
Oh, we didn't draft James Cook in the 6th. He was going in the 8th round.
I went him in the 6th. I seen him in the 6th and 7th, but
maybe I don't think 6th. Maybe 7th, 8th for sure. 7th, 8th. I've never seen him early as 6th. I've never took him early as 6th personally.
Okay.
I mean, I love James Cook.
Mike Williams or JSN. I think we can both confidently say Mike Williams there.
Agreed.
Outlook on Stevenson and JT this year. No worries. I would say with Stevenson. I would encourage you guys to go watch the video that I released on our channel. Would almost be a week ago now. He was one of the players that I suggested is worth looking at selling. I didn't say, which, people in the comments can't understand. I don't hate this player, but I didn't say that he's worthless, that he's not good, that he's going to have an awful year. I just gave some reasons as to why I'm a little bit hesitant than the average person, and I gave some names that I would rather have. Go check out that video on our page. It's called Sell Before Week 1, and Ramondre Stevenson is on it. As far as Jonathan Taylor goes, I don't think a single person in this entire world could tell you they honestly know what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis. I think they could lie to you and tell you that they know exactly what's going to happen. We don't know. We no idea. I think he plays after he's on the after he's done from the IR. There's a chance that he wouldn't be on the IR if he got traded. So no idea what's happening there. Absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm just gonna mimic that. I mean, we have no idea about JT. When it comes down to Ramondre Stevenson, I still believe in Ramondre and what he can produce coming into this year. It may not be the 8 touchdowns he had this past year. I think it was 8 or 9 touchdowns, but I think he's going to get work in the air, which we should be confident in. So keep that in mind.
Hey guys, we're only going to be live for another 7 minutes. If you don't know, it is currently 12:23 a.m. where we are. We wanted to go live for you guys and answer as many questions as we possibly could just to help y'all out. So if you want your question answered straight away, go ahead and drop a super chat if you want it to get in these next 7 minutes. Shout out to the 90 people watching. Go ahead and drop a like. Let's put a ridiculous like goal out there. If we hit it, we'll add 15 minutes to the stream. Okay. 115. If we get 115 likes, I want to go to bed. But if we get 115 likes, we'll extend the stream by 15 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen. That's why I just put that number out there.
I hope it doesn't happen.
I genuinely hope it doesn't as well. Like, I would actually rather go to bed than hit 115 likes.
Genuinely.
Jamal Williams or Kenneth Walker. It's got to be Kenneth Walker here.
It got to be Kenneth Walker. No doubt about it.
No worries, Ron. Rolando says, I might lose Waller this week. Who should I replace him with, Musgrave or Ferguson? In my opinion, if Reed and Dobbs are both out, give me Musgrave. But if even Dobbs plays, I'll go Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, I agree.
What's up, Brandon? We are hyped as well. Tank Bigsby or Dion? I think you have to go Dion in that scenario.
Yeah, you do. I agree.
Yeah.
You have to go Dion there.
Yeah.
We like Gibbs over Sutton in full PPR.
Gibson over Sutton.
This one's close.
I do like Gibson over Sutton.
It is
close.
I think I would go Cortland Sutton in this scenario.
Okay.
I wonder if I answered that question earlier. What I said, I actually don't remember. I don't think we ever had a Gibson Sutton before.
No, I don't
But
remember a Gibson Sutton question.
I would go Cortland Sutton, but it is close.
Robert Mitchell with the $20 donation. Robert,
Oh man,
far too kind. Thank you so much
you
for
so
the
much.
donation.
That's amazing.
Very, very kind of you. Let's hopefully give you some good advice here. As you guys know, if you drop a super chat, we will prioritize your question. He says, your thoughts on Mims. Should I drop Mims for Bateman or Burks? I'm stuck choosing with these guys. Here's what I'll say. Mims is an exciting player to stash. If Judy is healthy, I'm not really sure when you can start him. However, I am very excited for Treylon Burks this year. An honorary my guy. You know, a player that I've been high on throughout the offseason on our Dynasty channel. Former first-round pick. Ticks all the boxes as a prospect. And it's been my belief that the DeAndre Hopkins signing is only going to help him. It'll take coverage away from him. It'll, I guess, give him an opportunity to face the cornerback 2 on a weekly basis whenever he's out there. But all signs is that Burks looks like a miles better than what he looked like last year as a player. So if you're asking me, who would I stash? Mims, Bateman, Burks. It would be Treylon Burks for me.
Yeah, Treylon Burks has. I mean, in a dynasty perspective, you're thinking of the draft capital. Treylon Burks was the top 16 pick, if I'm not mistaken. They traded AJ Brown away.
17th overall pick, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, they traded AJ Brown away to acquire Treylon Burks. I mean, with that type of capital that this Tennessee Titans put in for Treylon Burks, it has to be Treylon Burks. As much as I love Marvin Mims and Rashad Bateman, it is definitely Burks. But if you can somehow get all 3 of these guys on your team, I'm really happy. But if you had to choose one, I would say Treylon Burks as well.
Yeah, man. Honestly, like the Treylon Burks injury happened at the perfect time because the people who were like wishy-washy on him, they were completely out because of the injury. But it wasn't so close to the season where the injury was really going to impact his season drastically. So it's awesome that you can just pick Burks up. That would be my option there. Okay, guys, we have 2 minutes left on the stream. Our like goal was 115. We're probably not going to hit that like goal. What I will say is we will have to go ahead and cut the stream off here. We will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll answer questions for the next 2 minutes. Put a super chat in right now if you want some question answered straight away. Outside of that, keep in mind, it's 12:30 a.m. for us. We're going to have to go to bed. What's up, Cole? Coach Prime getting another W today? I hope so, man. I love that team. Also, should I go Sutton or Deontay Johnson? I would be going Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson right there.
One more. Is Sky droppable? I would wait it out unless your waiver wire is like full of really exciting options. Zookeeper, what's up? Full PPR, pick 2, Miles Sanders, Drake London, Jahan Dotson. Yeah, it would be Sanders in London for me, especially with Terry playing. For Badaki, it will be Sanders and Dotson.
Yeah. Whether Terry plays or not, I'm going Jahan Dotson. Yep.
Should I drop Minnesota's defense/special teams for Denver or Jacksonville? Could also cut Jaylen Warren and hold 2 defenses. No, I would be holding on to Jaylen Warren. Think about it from this way, Jacob. Like, what's going to give you the most value if you hold them? If Najee Harris goes down with an injury, or if you had 2 defenses, right? We don't want Najee to go down with an injury, but if he does, and you drop Jaylen Warren to hold another defense, you're going to really hate that decision. So keep one defense, stream it weekly, and hold the handcuffs.
I would completely agree,
right. Khalil Herbert, Javonte, I'll go Javonte.
Agreed.
I have Eckler and Etienne, then Mixon. Love that. The Pigeon Man says full PPR 1 point. Dion, JSN, Jaden Reed, or Jacoby. It would be JSN for me there.
Yeah. I would say if Dobbs and Watson's out, if Dobbs doesn't play, I'm interested in Jaden Reed.
Okay, guys. We've been streaming an hour and 30 minutes, and I know it's the morning for you guys, but it is 12:30 a.m. for us here. We wanted to do our best to answer as many questions as we could. Unless there's any super chats here in the next couple seconds, we'll go ahead and call that a stream for today, or just for the morning. We will be live again at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Go ahead and hit the notification button. If you didn't get your question answered, maybe you can join us tonight and drop your question and get your question in a little earlier.
I will say this. For the people that didn't have their question answered, I'm going to set a live stream event up right when this is over. Don't drop your questions in there right now. Once you see that live stream, and you guys will be priority at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we go live. Yeah. So that could be really good for you guys.
Yep. Appreciate everyone who dropped a super chat, everyone who dropped a like. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We need to go to sleep so we can wake up tomorrow and have some energy to answer your questions at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hey, enjoy some college football. The last thing that we'll say is just a quick little plug for what we offer. So if you're out there and you're looking for weekly rankings, go ahead and sign up with our promo code LAND for 30% off. I give you guys my weekly rankings on a weekly basis. Over 300 players ranked: quarterback, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defense, and special teams. Also give you starts and sits of the week. And if you want some personalized advice, when I say personalized advice, I mean a literal DM to us. Then go ahead and sign up with our promo code LAND. If you sign up to the Mother Flocker tier, you will unlock the Fantasy Hotline. Now, the Fantasy Hotline is a direct DM to Badaki and I. You can ask us questions, and we'll reply to you guys as soon as we're able to. A lot of people use that service. They love it. So, again, sign up to the Mother Flocker tier with the promo code LAND. Make sure you use our code. DM us on Discord. We'll get you all set up. Otherwise, we'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love ya. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you very, very soon.
All love, y'all.